Hi everybody, it's Jack Dunigan of thepracticalleader.com. This is the next episode in our series on how to excel at your job interview. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to keep your job search afloat in your social media accounts. Let's take a look. Okay, if you're just dialing in for the first time, last week in the episode previous to this one, and YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, doesn't always put all the videos in chronological order, so I apologize. You may have to dig around to look a little bit for it. But last week I talked about how social media is your real-life resume. And if you have not seen that one, you probably ought to go back and take a look at it as well as this one. So let's talk about the things you need to do in your job search with your social media accounts, whether it's Twitter or Pinterest or Facebook or LinkedIn or any of these online social media services. You want to make sure you do certain things. Number one, be discreet. Think first. Before you hit that enter key, before you click on submit, before you click on post, before you click on send, if you're sending out a tweet, do you really want to do this? Now, we're not arguing rights here. We're not arguing human rights and your right to say what you want, to do what you want, to express yourself in any manner you want. You can do that if you want to. We are talking about consequences of saying and doing and posting certain things. The potential employer is going to take a look at your social media accounts, and you want to make sure that you haven't said something or you haven't posted something that's going to reflect badly on you, reflect badly on your judgment, reflect badly on your maturity, reflect badly on your professionalism. So just think before you do it. It's really easy to get drawn into these arguments online, and you need to be the larger, more mature party in this and just simply walk on by and don't engage in wrestling in the mud. My father always used to say you never want to wrestle in the mud with a pig because you both get muddy and the pig likes it. So you just want to avoid that. Be discreet before you post something. Number two, keep it G-rated. I know you want to maybe go out on your vacation. Excuse me about that. That dropped down there. You want to go out on your vacation and have a good time, or maybe you're out for the weekend or in the evening, and you might post a picture, take a selfie that would be inappropriate. It would reflect badly on you. So just keep it G-rated. No risque pictures, no rather graphic photos of you doing things, or even just post about them, even if there's no photo. Keep it G-rated for a general audience because you are on view here and you want to get the job. So we're trying to help you get the job you want, and you do that by keeping things on the up and up. Number three, remember that privacy is a myth. I know that all the social media accounts, all the websites accounts in wake of all these privacy invasions have renewed their privacy policies, and you've probably clicked on who knows how many, which says we've updated our new privacy settings. Do you agree? And you've probably never read them, and you clicked on them and you said yes. You can even go in and you can set who can see what in any of these social media accounts, but don't always believe it. Don't always trust it. Privacy is a myth. And things have a way of getting out there that you really wish they wouldn't get out there. Number four, post job stuff too. Show that you're a professional. Don't gripe about your boss. Don't gripe about your co-workers. Don't gripe about the company. Don't make sarcastic, demeaning remarks about anything related to the job. Post things that are going to reinforce your strengths, your skills, your abilities online. Remember, you have done some research for the company. You've looked to see what it is that they are hiring for, what type of position, what type of person they are looking for to do the job they want to do. You get hired because you solve a problem for them. You become the type of employee that's going to do what it is they need to get done to bring profitability to the company, to not be a problem employee, to be someone who's going to make the company more successful even as you're getting paid. And keep your social justice ambitions out of it. If you want to rail against corporations and corporate greed, I'm asking you to consider whether or not that's going to get you the job that you want. And if you want to do it, fine, but don't be surprised if it has consequences. So in this number 4, posting your job stuff too, what I'm suggesting is that you reinforce your resume with job posts proving, demonstrating, illustrating, becoming an example of how it is you're going to fix the problems for that company. Next, Google your name. Go to google.com. Google in your name and see what comes up and find out what's there, because all sorts of stuff may show up that you didn't put there, but somebody else did. And you want to be able to give an answer when you get into that job interview. If they bring it up, what about this post? You can explain how it got there, what it means, and why you should be considered anyway, despite what somebody else might have said if it is negative. Or give an example, a nice humble example, if it was a positive report about you. You want to be aware of it so that you can point to that as well. Next, you want to scrub your accounts. Go through and delete posts that don't reflect well, delete posts that show indiscretions and immature behavior. Get rid of those so that you have a good social media slate out there. And then go to Google Alerts. Just to Google it. Google Alerts. In Google Alerts, you can put in a word or a series of words and ask Google to send to you those posts that show up with those words or those series of words in them. Now, you can do this for 2 things. One, you can do it about yourself, so that not only do you do a Google search, which is a one-time snapshot in time, like was back here on this one. We talked about Googling your name. That's a one-time thing. But you can also go into Google Alerts and see what continues to show up. Google Alerts is great for that. Another thing you want to do in Google Alerts is to Google about the company and the field that that company is in or that your job is in, so that you can speak intelligently with your interviewer about the company, about its products, about its services, about its condition in the marketplace. So you want to be knowledgeable of those things, and Google Alerts will help you do that. Then fine-tuning your privacy is another great thing to do. We talked about this earlier, but I want to say it again. Go into your Facebook account, go into your Twitter account, go into your Pinterest account, go into your Instagram account, go into any of those accounts that you might have, and fine-tune that privacy so that if you do have certain personal things, only certain personal people can see those things. Make sure that that's good. And in everything you do, always be active. Do not delete all of your social media accounts. That puts up another flag for a potential employer. When you don't have any social media accounts, they begin to wonder, what were you trying to hide? So I chose this photograph here on this slide because here's a man creating a portrait. That's what you are doing in social media, is you are creating a portrait of who you are, what you can do, and what you stand for. So be active and be professional in your social media accounts. Make them work for you. Call them alongside to work with you in your pursuit of that job that you want and to grow in the career that you are pursuing. Next week, we're going to be talking about job interview questions and how you can answer them. This is going to take a few episodes to be able to do that, because we're going to talk about behavioral questions. We're going to talk about illegal questions, questions that your job interviewer cannot ask you, but if they do, how do you handle it? We're going to tell you all those things, what to do with it. Stand by. We'll see you next week. Well, we hope you enjoy our weekly videos, Lessons in Superlative Leadership. And if you'd like to subscribe, click on the subscribe button just below this video. However, YouTube has made some changes so that even though you are subscribed does not mean you will get a notification. The next thing to do is to click on this little bell right next to it, and you will receive notifications every time one of these comes up. We'd also invite you to visit our website at thepracticalleader.com, where you will find loads of articles and other information to help you become an even more effective leader.